What if I told you the single biggest threat to your retirement isn't a market crash? It isn't inflation. It's that you're playing the most important game of your life with the wrong rulebook. You see, you have two kinds of players at the retirement table. First, you have the maniac. This is the guy who hears about a hot tech stock or a new cryptocurrency and goes all in. He's chasing a royal flush on every single hand. Sometimes he wins big, but more often than not, he gets wiped out, left with nothing but a story about how he was almost a millionaire. Then you have the nit, the scaredy cat. This player is so terrified of losing that they only play the absolute safest hands. Their money is parked in low-yield bonds and savings accounts, folding at the first sign of aggression from the market. They don't lose big, but they never win either. They're slowly, painfully blinded out by inflation, their chip stack dwindling until it's worthless. Both of these players will go broke. It's inevitable. But there's a third player, the one the others never see coming until it's too late. The pro. The pro understands the game is not about luck. It's about skill, discipline, and psychology. And this is the mindset that will make you rich. The first rule of the pro is master your bankroll. A pro poker player would never, ever risk their entire stack of chips on a single hand, no matter how good it looks. Yet how many people do you know who have 80% of their retirement tied up in the stock of the company they work for, or all in on one sector? That's not investing. That's a gamble for your entire future. A pro diversifies. They spread their chips, some in aggressive hands, some in conservative ones, managing their risk so they can stay at the table no matter what the next card is. The second rule is the one that separates the winners from everyone else. The pro doesn't think about luck. They think in terms of expected value. Let me tell you a story. A pro goes all in with a pair of aces, the best starting hand in the game. The amateur opponent has a terrible hand, but gets lucky and hits a miracle card on the river to win. The amateur celebrates. The maniac curses his bad luck. But the pro just smiles, because he knows if he makes that same play 100 times, he will win 80 of them. He played the odds, not the outcome. The decision was correct, even though this one result was bad. Your portfolio is the exact same. You can invest in a fantastic, solid company that gets hit with bad news and drops 10% in a week. The maniac panic sells. The nit never would have bought it. The pro knows the long-term expected value is positive and might even buy more. If you're starting to see your own strategy in a new light, do me a quick favor and tap that like button. It tells the algorithm we're dealing a winning hand here, and it helps more people stop gambling with their future. Now for the most important rule of all. Tilt control. In poker, tilt is a state of mental or emotional confusion or frustration in which a player adopts a less than optimal strategy, usually resulting in poor play. It's when a bad beat makes you so angry you start making stupid, aggressive bets to try and win it all back. What happens during a market crash? The news flashes red. Your portfolio is down 20%. The fear is overwhelming. That is a tilt. And what do most people do? They panic sell right at the bottom. They let fear dictate their strategy. A pro trains themselves to be detached. They feel the fear, but they don't act on it. They have a system. They step away from the table, they take a breath, and they stick to the plan, because the plan was made when they were rational and calm, not in the middle of a storm. In today's world of meme stocks, 24/7 news, and cryptomania, the table is getting wilder and more emotional than ever. It's designed to make you tilt, to make you a maniac or a nit. But you can choose to be the pro. So here's the question I want you to answer in the comments below. Based on this, Are you playing your retirement like a maniac, a nit, or a pro? Be honest. Acknowledging your style is the first step to mastering the game. And if you're ready to stop guessing and start playing for keeps, then it's time to deal yourself in. Demolish that subscribe button and make sure you hit the notification bell so you never miss a hand. The Retire Richer table is now open. Stay sharp, play smart, and I'll see you in the next one.